So this just arrived today from Hasbro Pulse, and it's my first TVC Ahsoka item. Kind of excited about that. Sabine, I thought sure her arc in the show proved to be pretty good, although I know this figure particularly is a little infamous because a lot of people online have been talking about how big that helmet is. So we're gonna have to look at that, how big that helmet really is. So it's coming in the deluxe packaging. So we see right here, is this worth a deluxe figure? I would think a regular figure would come with the helmet and the guns and the lightsaber. Not quite sure. Is that her spray paint thing? So the satchel, the spray paint, and the loaf cat are extra. But does that warrant? I mean, really, these are $10 more at this point. The $10 extra price, I don't know. Let's take a look at Sabine. So I know a lot of people complain about these deluxe figures, and I want to say I don't mind them for a couple of reasons. Number one, we get extra stuff in them, even if we aren't sure if it's really worth that extra. They aren't double the price of a regular figure. If they were double the price, we'd be looking at like 35 bucks. But these are running about $27, $28 out there, so it's, about $10 more. And, it is a little bit more expensive, but ultimately, I end up paying less for these because when they come boxed like this, I don't buy a carded version because I don't need a carded version. I can close up the box like I've done here, and it looks exactly the same as if I had a sealed one. For me, anyway. Some people are a little different, but I do like these because they actually end up saving me money because I don't buy two of every figure. Now, that's my choice. I don't have to buy two of every figure. But at this point, I've been doing it for so dang long, I don't know if it's really my choice anymore. So, let's take a look at this Ahsoka figure here. It's a pretty good head. Let me see if I can zoom in on that and get a better... There we go. It's a pretty good likeness for a 3 3/4 inch figure. It looks nice. She got the purple hair, so this is after she cut her hair. Of course, she wasn't really wearing the armor before that. All in all, it's a nice figure. I still wonder what happened to her jetpack. I know I saw a story today where people were talking about that maybe her jetpack was supposed to be in there. There was some early art that showed it. She got the jetpack in the series and in the Rebel series. She's got both holsters there. So let's take a look at her accessories. So we have her little pouch or whatever we want to call it. Reminds me of Indiana Jones here. I don't know. This didn't come with the Black Series figure. I'm trying to think how much she might have actually used this. But it does fit on her figure very well. Now, this is the type of thing, like if they decided to do a single release of this figure. No, Hasbro would never do a thing like that. They wouldn't include this, obviously, but it's pretty nice. We've got a Loth Cat here. I think this is our first 3 3/4 inch Loth Cat. Only the head is posable, and it just, I guess it's a ball joint. It moves a little bit. Legs are not posable, but kind of neat to get a Loth Cat. I wasn't sure we'd ever get one in Rebels, so the fact that we got a 3 3/4 inch one now, that's pretty nice. We have hers or Ezra's lightsaber, however you want to look at it. I guess in the end, it is her lightsaber. I get it in focus here. And we have the companion unlit lightsaber, which is pretty nice because you can see. Let me move this a little bit. You can see a little bit more of the detail and how the emitter look works there. I don't necessarily notice that too much in the Black Series, but it's kind of cool. We do have her little spray paint thingy here. I'm not sure if we really saw her using this in the show. I'd have to go back and watch. If we did, it was early in the first couple episodes. Obviously, we go back to Rebels, and we saw her definitely using this, and the previous Rebels figures came with this. And then we have her two blasters, which I don't know why they're two different colors, but they are. One's kind of a bluish green, one's kind of a yellow. And that did show up in the show, that they were two different colors. But, the standard Mandalorian blasters. And finally, we have gigantic helmet. Now, there's been a lot said about this, so let's look at this helmet and see how big it really is. So the helmet does fit very snug on the figure, but it reminds me of when I put like my Boba Fett or Mando helmet on one of my kids, and they're 3 or 5. So it looks a little too big. A lot of people wondered, is this almost as big as the Black Series? So this is the Black Series helmet right here. So it's definitely smaller than that, right? It's probably about the size for 4.5 inch figure. I don't know. Well, let's see. I was curious. If we took Black Series, no. So it's not big enough that will fit on a Black Series figure, just so we know. Not at least Sabine here. But You know, and if we put the Black Series helmet on that one, then that's really big. Actually, that's closer to what Mando helmet looks like on my kids. But, so it's definitely bigger, a little too big. And it could have benefited from the interchangeable head helmet like we've had with Bo-Katan and things like that. And honestly, the Bo-Katan helmet's probably pretty close to the same sculpt. I don't know how much difference there is. Let's check. So here is the Sabine helmet, and this is the Bo-Katan helmet. You can see the huge difference in size between these two. And ultimately, yeah, I see a lot of the same details in this. And even if it's not exactly the same, I mean, it doesn't have the little piece that comes down there on the side. We see that. They're similar enough that you could have modified it a little bit rather than redoing the entire sculpt. I don't know. It seems kind of wasteful to redo this just to have one that opens. Whereas this would have been fine. And, you know, think about it. If we put... I don't think I can pop that on there, but I might try. Put that on there. It would look much better. I can pop it on there. Look at that. That looks right. That looks the way it should be. Man, that they could have, yeah, because it popped right on there. It was the same. I wonder if there was something down the line where they said, no, don't do that. I don't know. It's kind of odd that they went that route. But there it is.